Hey crafty friends, it's Courtney Brickner with the Crafty Brick. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm so happy that you're here. I have a little project today that I've been working on. I updated my laundry room, or actually I have a laundry room. I used to be doing it in the garage and now I have an actual room in the house, but I've been doing a lot of organization to get it, up to par and really easy to work with. So I made some labels using Juliet, my bestie, and I wanted to walk you through kind of how I set it up in Leonardo, how I made the labels, and then how I applied them into my laundry room and how it looks in the end. So I hope that you'll like it. And if you would like to learn how to do labels in Juliet, then keep watching. First, we'll click the T down here at the bottom, and this will open up our text box options. So I'm going to type in the first name that I want to write for one of my labels, and then I'll scroll over here up and down on the left side, and it shows all the fonts that I have available on my computer. And I can just click one of them, and then I can see what that font will look like. And I can click the Auto Weld Text button down here, and it will weld the text before it even goes to my canvas. And then here with the glyphs, you can see all the glyphs that are available for all the different fonts. And it's nice that you can just see what all of them look like right here in the font categories. And let's see, there's one in particular that I'm looking for, Primrose. Yeah, it has a lot of extras, so those will all show up and you can see what they look like, without typing in each letter to try to figure out what that special character would be. So now we will go back to our word here, and this is the font that I want to use, the Marins. But I want to show you, if you're trying to look for a font and you go over here and on the right side and you type in the letter, it will actually type on the name that you're working with. But if you type the letter over on the left side where it's highlighted, it will take you to all the fonts that start with that letter. So let's go ahead and apply, and then we will go back to our canvas and make this a little bit bigger and just make it the size that we want for the label that we're making. You can move the word around, and you can also drag with this bottom corner or any of the corners to make it bigger or smaller, depending on what size you're trying to make it. But you can also come over here to the right-hand side and go down to Properties and click Color Picker, and then down here you can change the width and the height of your letters as well. I'm going to copy and paste this word and highlight that second word, and it will pop up over in the font window again. And I'm just going to type in the new word that I would like to bring onto my canvas. When you click apply, it comes onto your canvas. You change the size according to what size you want, and we're going to copy and paste again, and we're going to get all of the words that we want to make labels for, and we will continue this copy and paste format until we have all of the words on our canvas. Then we're going to go up here to cutting mat, because we're actually not going to use a mat. We're going to click material roll and then unclick the print and cut, because we're not doing print and cut. We're actually going to cut these, and we're going to move them around and add any other words that we want. And we're just continuing with our copy and paste, writing all the words that we want to make our labels for. And over here on the right hand side, you can change the media length to whatever number you want. Since we're not working with a mat, we're going to do 24 inches this time, because all of our words will fit on there. And after we have all the words on the mat, then we'll be able to move them around if we want. And then we can go up here to the right hand corner, and we'll be able to send our design to cut. One of the cool features of Juliet is that you can do an area test to see if the material that you're using covers enough space. So let's do that. First, I'm going to lift the rollers with this lever in the back, and I'm going to insert my vinyl into the machine. And then when I have it placed where I want it, I just go ahead and lift that lever back up, and then the rollers are back in place, and I'm ready to do the area test. So after I pressed area test on the computer, my machine is ready, and it is going to move all the way. Oops. That's why I like the area test, because I see that my paper was not big enough to cover my entire project. So I need to get a larger piece of vinyl. I'm going to try this again, and now I have enough space to cut my entire design. So we're good to go. Now I go back to the computer, and then I'll send to the cutter, and we are ready to send it to our machine. After it's finished cutting, I like to take my precision blade and cut around each of the letters so that it makes it a little bit easier to weed, because when you're working with a really big piece of adhesive vinyl, sometimes the pieces can stick together and it can be kind of a nightmare to work with. So I cut around each word and I make sure that I don't cut any of the letters, and then I can weed it out and it's just a much more manageable space to work with. Unfortunately, I miscalculated a little bit of the space and some of the letters at the ends are cut off, but it's okay because I can go ahead and fix that with just a little piece of scrap. You don't even need to have a mat or a big piece of vinyl to work with. Perfect size to still work with. And I'm gonna put in my little scrap piece of vinyl, make sure that it's under these two rollers, and then I'm going to go ahead and take the lever in the back of the machine and pull that up so that the rollers are locked into place. And then I'm going to move my blade over to this starting point, because you can move the blade to wherever you want on the Juliet and Romeo machines, and you don't have to start in the same location that's already been allocated for you. So I'm going to start exactly where I need to on this little piece of scrap paper, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut out those few letters that I kind of cut off on the ends, and then I'm ready to go ahead and weed these letters out, and that's all I need for this part of the project. So I just go ahead and cut off the excess vinyl here and weed out these 4 little letters that I was missing from the main project. Okay, I've got my little table here that I'm going to put up, and I have all of my labels and my little pieces that I cut off, and my transfer tape. So I'm just going to start putting these on the bins that they belong on. When you live in California, storage can be a little bit challenging because we don't have any basements. So you're left to have some creative ways to figure out how to store your items. A lot of people use their garages for storage, but we like to park both of our cars in the garage. So our laundry room doubles as cleaning clothes and storage. I had one more little detail that I thought would be fun to add on to our barn door is the laundry room, because it has always been a dream of mine to have a laundry room, and now I have one, and I just wanted it to look really cute. So here is the final product, our laundry room with the barn door and storage bins from top to bottom. They're all filled with things that we need throughout the year that are easily accessible. Then we've got our washer and dryer and our shelf that folds flat against the wall for folding clothes. And I just love having the labels so that I can easily see what's inside and not have to search. Well, that is it. That's how I did the labels and updated my laundry room space. And I think everything's finished now. I'm really liking the way it looks so far. If you've learned anything new today, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so that you don't miss anything crafty. I know your time is valuable, so I really, really appreciate that you used some of it and spent it with me. And I'll be back here next week with some more crafty content. So until then, stay crafty, my friends. Bye.